Hey guys, welcome back to Jardin Autoworks. If you like working on cars and trucks, if you like looking at cars and trucks, if you like doing fabrication and modification, you have come to the right place. Make sure and hit that like and subscribe button for more content. Today we're going to be trying to diagnose no instrument cluster lights and no tail lights. So it's kind of one and the same. So let's get to it. So here's what we're working with. The instrument cluster panel lights don't come on with the headlight switch, and neither do the tail lights or the park lights for that matter. So let's pull them and see what I'm talking about here. So we're going to pull the headlight switch, and there aren't any lights on the dashboard. We can run the rheostat back and forth, and we've got nothing there. We've got the headlights on. You can kind of see those. Let me turn those off so you can see them come on. And as we walk to the back with the headlights on, the tail light should be shining very brightly. They're not. And let's just go up here and look at the park lights here also. The park lights are off also. So that's what the issue is and what we're trying to troubleshoot. So rather than just taking our test light and just stabbing a bunch of fuses, we're going to try and hone in on the fuse that is the issue so we can go right to it. So we're going to get into the manual. We're going to take a look at the wiring diagram. We're going to look at the headlight switch or the instrument panel lighting diagram, and we're going to look at which fuses are involved with powering up that portion of the light switch. So let's get into it. Okay, so in my manual, which is a Hayes manual, Ford Ranger and Bronco II, 83 through 92, I flipped to the wiring diagram here in the back, and we're focused on the instrument panel lights on the 1990 Bronco II. So as we kind of look at this, we're looking at the main light switch, which is right here. And then we want to go backwards from that light switch to the fuse panel. So this says hot at all times, both of these, and then this is the fuse panel. So we are seeing that we have a 15 amp fuse there and a 15 amp fuse there that's supposed to remain hot all the time. And what that controls is like your radio, and it provides power to the switch itself. So anyway, what we're looking for is right up at the very top there. You have a 15 amp fuse in spot 11. And then a 15 amp fuse in spot 10. So because they give you the numbers somewhere in this manual, there is a corresponding fuse box diagram with the corresponding numbers. So when we, and I've already done it, I've marked it so that we're not flipping through pages here, but this is our fuse box diagram. So we want to look for that corresponding number 11, which is the park license lights. It's a 15 amp fuse that corresponds with our wiring diagram. And then the one just above it is number 10, which is the speed control amplifier of the radio, and that's also a 15 amp fuse. We're not interested in number 10, it looks like, because that doesn't have anything to do with the lights. So now we come over to the fuse box diagram and we look for number 11. Number 11 is just to the left of your fuse, your turn signal fuse, which is this big round thing here. So it's right there. It's a 15 amp fuse. That's number 11, and that controls our instrument cluster and our park lights. Those are the two things that aren't working. So let's grab the test light and see if we have power at that location. The fuse panel in a 1990 Bronco II is up underneath the driver's side footwell, just above the clutch pedal. So there's a little lever here that you're going to pull out on, and from there you have to reach up, grab the back of it near the round thing. There is the turn signal flasher, and you've got to pull that down. So I've got my handy dandy power tester, and so in our book, as you recall, just above the turn signal flasher to the left of it is a 15 amp fuse. It's right there. So we're going to test both sides of that fuse because it should have power all the time. So we check this side, see if we're getting any power, and our light is lit up. So let's go to the other side and check it, and we don't have any power there. So let's pull that fuse and inspect it, because we should be having power on both sides of that fuse. Okay, so as we inspect that, we can see that the fuse is blown in the middle. It's kind of discolored in the middle there, and the wire that's on the inside is no longer connected together. Let's see if you can see that. There you go. It's no longer connected. So let's take a 15 amp fuse that should look a little more like that, where everything's connected on the inside. It's a 15 amp fuse, same color, and we'll stick it back in the hole, and then we will double check it with our light, our test light. We've got power on the one side and power on the other side, so we may be good here. So let's bring you up and turn on the lights and see if that fixed our issue. If it did, we lucked out because that was the easy route. Okay, so we'll pull the headlight switch and we have lights. We have headlights. We have headlights there. We have the instrument cluster lights. Take a walk around the back and make sure we have tail lights, as we should. Headlight switch is on, so tail lights on all the way around. And we have park lights on as well. There you have it, my friends. Diagnosing why you don't have instrument cluster lights or dash lights or park lights. Remember that that one fuse, it controls that circuit on the headlight switch that powers up the dash lights as well as the park lights. So if you don't have instrument lights, if you don't have the dash lights on, make sure and check those park lights also, because those may also be out. If they're out at opposite times or different times, then you may have to dig a little deeper into finding out why one circuit isn't working but the other is. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and make sure and hit that subscribe button for more content. And we'll see you next time on Jardin Autoworks. Thanks.